What's going on, guys? One, love out to everybody. We got UFC 307, Pereira versus Rountree. Prediction breakdown here, guys. Before I get started, hit the thumbs up button. Also subscribe to this channel. Also check my Patreon account for my face-up prediction and prop plays. You can also donate to my PayPal account here, guys. We got 12 fights in this card here. 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, October 5th. Like every card, you know, it looks good to me. Every card is good, especially when you break it down. You get to see how really good it is once you start to go through all the fights again. Kind of refresh your memory. This card could potentially be a lot of upsets in this card, guys. This one is not an easy card for me to break down and predict, just to be honest with you, man. You know, a lot of tough matchups here, man. Yeah, I can see this going either way. A lot of experienced guys on this card versus, you know, a lot of newcomers, you know, one or two or so, but and then a lot of veterans. So it's a tough one. Fly through this real quick though, guys, not this out real fast here. First fight we have here is Tim Means versus Court McGee. Tim Means, the next super veteran, and also Court McGee is a super veteran, if you know these guys. Means good at the striking. He's good all the way around. He's good with the submission game too, but his striking is more his thin. Got the power on him right there, but he can get submitted though, and also can get hurt in the feet, right? With Court McGee here, which is a veteran too, I feel Court McGee is a little bit on the slower. Like his reaction time is not that great, but he also packs some power. But it's more we look for the submissions. It's not too durable either, man. So both of these guys are not really durable. So this fight right here, man, is a tough one to pick, because I do believe that, you know, Means could win this fight just for being the quicker fighter here. You know, his mind is more conscious, is more alertness. You know, it's more aware. It's not so slow on the movement. I feel McGee's a little bit slow on the time in there. You know, and the reaction time not that great in my opinion. But Court could get a submission though, so you gotta be careful of that. Tim Means been submitted a couple times from what I believe. So it's a fight where it's 50-50, man, and it could be a heads or tail flip, guys, to be honest with you. Cause both of these guys are just, you know, I mean they're still in there, but I feel like they're coming to the end, you know. So you know what I mean. So it's kind of a tough one to pick here. We got submissions lost by 7 times, so that's a lot of times to lose by submission. So Court could get a submission, man. I believe Court is underdog here. So this is one where you gotta be very careful with this one, guys. I'm gonna go with Tim Means though for the striking and keeping the fight at long range. But yeah, zero confidence in that, man. We got let me see, give me a second here, guys. They got Court at plus 164, so Means is a good amount of favorite. So not confident. I just feel like because Means can keep the jab on him, you know, and the reaction time of Court is not that great in my opinion. I just feel Means can throw out the quicker strikes. But heads or tail, Means KO TKO first round, not confident. Next fight here, guys, Oven Sempru versus Ryan Spann. This is a rescheduled fight here. I believe Sempru wasn't feeling well in the last fight, and the fight got canceled. Yeah, man, the next veteran here in Sempru. It's gonna be the slower guy, man. Like I mentioned, I did this breakdown already. But he will find a window, especially his Van Flue choke. If he gets you down and he lucky in that Van Flue, he will get it on you, man. He's a sneaky veteran. Like veterans, you can't count out. Spann, on the other hand, he's going to be the quicker fighter here, though. And, you know, I mean, he should win the fight, like I mentioned in the breakdowns. But I gave you from the other card that he wasn't. That got cancelled. But again, with Spann, man, he's sharper striking, you know, more accurate. His grappling is good, too. But he will drop the ball, man. So it's a fight where, again, Spann should win, man. There's no reason why he shouldn't win this fight. He should possibly get a KO TKO in the first round, which I have Spann winning this. But again, you never know, man. You know, the fight happens and Sempru happened to win. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go Spann KO TKO first, but this one I wouldn't mess with it too much, man. You know what I mean? So I'll be very careful playing Ryan Spann in too much parlays, to be honest with you. Same thing with Tim Means, so I'll be very careful, guys. Alright? No disrespect, I'm just saying it's not consistent in wins, and he can drop the ball, especially if he doesn't come in prepared to the fight. He slowed down in the first round into the second, and Sempru was a veteran that would just keep going for all 3 rounds and pull off maybe a split decision or something like that, or a Von Flue choke. All right. Next fight, guys, we got Carla Esparza versus Tisha Pennington. Part 2. Remember that they fought on the tough 20? Yeah, they fought on tough 20, and Carla Esparza won that fight. But issue here is that Carla is going to retire after this fight. She had a baby, as well as Tisha also had a baby. So she's pretty much done. Like I said, you put the work in. Your health is your wealth. You do what you got to do. You get it in and make the money, and you exit. There's a reason just to hang in there, take a lot of damage if you don't need to. You know what I mean? So it's not a fighting, MMA, these things are sports. You got your life ahead of you, you got family and stuff like that. When your health is your wealth, man. You don't want to be, brain damage and body breakup. You're 40 years old, you can't walk, probably can't talk. You can't remember your name, and even worse than that. So that's a good decision. She know when to stop. To hang it up, right? Like I said, Carla Esparza won the last fight in tough 20. Strong wrestling base, look for a takedown. Striking is kind of suspect, not that good on the foot, but she should throw the hands. She used the hands in striking to set up her takedown, her wrestling. Like I said, she had a baby. Congrats to her. That's a good thing. Bringing a new energy into the world. But she hasn't fought since 2022, which she got a loss, their crucifix rear naked choke by Willie Zhang. But she has been a champ, and she fought a lot of tough competitions, dude. I mean, her record is not that bad. She fought a lot of tough people in the division. Like, she was champion. So, I mean, she had the belt. Her opponent here, Tisha, which, both of them fought before. She's quick here, quick at the movement. Her last fight there, she didn't look too bad, but the issue with Tisha is that she smothered her punches. Like, there's nothing really accurate landing. It's not like a stiff jab or a stiff straight or a bam bam bam, a 3-punch combination where it's like tight, precise. It's just so smothering. So she spent a lot of time charging in. She's quick and speedy, but not in landing, so it just looks smothered. And she worked on takedown defense, but she can still get taken down. She doesn't pack no power because she smothered her punches. She only has 1 by knockout, which it was a doctor stoppage, so it's not really, she really actually knocked the person out, or inflict damage in a kind of way where the person went down off a punch or a strike. And she has 1 by submission, man. So all of her fights are just all decision. So she's a straight up decision fighter, right? So that right there is if you can't hurt Carla Esparza or put her out or submit her, then how are you gonna it's gonna be tough. I mean, even though Carla's gonna she's gonna I was gonna say expire. She was gonna retire. I mean, she got 4 by KO, 4 by submission. Even though she's gonna retire, you probably say, oh, she's gonna retire, so she may not come in and fight at the best of her ability. That's a possibility, but she fought Tisha already. And like I said, Tisha is a decision. So maybe Tisha could just be on her, just rush her down and keep on her and just smother her punches and pull off a split decision. Strong possibility. But I'm going to go with Carla Esparza here, even though she's going to retire after this fight. But, I mean, give her the benefit of the doubt. She did beat her already. And Carla Esparza she's a better fighter, man. I mean, both have babies. Carla's a better fighter, dude. And Carla has faced tougher competition, and she beat them. And the tough competitions that Tisha has faced, she dropped the ball to them. You know what I mean? So obviously Carla's a better fighter here, man. You know what I mean? So that's just it. On the odds, they got her as friggin' Carla Esparza as an underdog, which is kind of which is kind of odd. But it is what it is, though. I'm going to go for Carla Esparza. I'm going to say Carla Esparza by decision. All right, like when you see odds like this, especially a woman fight and guys too, but mostly in a woman fight, you gotta be careful with it, because like I said, Carla is, I mean, it's not like she's a can, you know. She's good at one thing, which is her wrestling, and also controlling you against the cage and be tricky with it. You know, she is smart with it. Tisha's smarter a lot of her punches, so there's really no significant power behind any of those punches. But again, it goes decision. That's the thing there. And they rob a lot. They do a lot of robbery. Go judges, you know. Goes decision. You could see Tisha get split decision. So that's something where you gotta be careful with that one. I'm gonna go Carla Esparza. Coin flip though, kind of. Well, actually, it's not a coin flip. Cause I do feel Carla can and should win this fight. But the go judges, it could be something else. All right. So decision. Still 50-50 by Carla Esparza. Next fight we got Alexander Hernandez versus Austin Hubbard. This is a tough one here, man, and I was kind of leaning towards Austin Hubbard, but with Alexander here, you know, he's well-rounded, has a wrestling base on him. His hands are heavy, you know, he pick his shots moving, can get wild at time, but he's mentally so up and down, man, and when you have him beat, he's pretty much, you can finish him, you know. He's like his whole confidence fade in the fight, and he's just not the same as he was when he started the fight, you know, in the first round. You know, it's like when he get hit too much and he start to fade out in the second, third, it's pretty much done. Like I said, he would drop the ball and he takes a lot of damage, you know. With Austin here, Austin is well-rounded, but he's hittable though, dude. This guy is hittable. He's hittable. That's one thing I noticed, and kind of let me go more toward Alexander, because it's just hittable, and he can get submitted. And he kind of like traded wins for losses, in a sense. Did I get this right? Did trade win for losses? Yeah, like, you know, earlier in this fight here, you know, kind of trading wins for loss. Like he lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win one, lose one, win. But then he got left the organization, you know, and then, you know, got some more wins here. But then he lose one when he got back to the UFC. Then he win one, you know. I mean, you can look at it like that, but you shouldn't. But yeah, man, I just feel like he's just hittable, man. I feel Alexander is also hittable too, but I just feel like Alexander may have a better chance here. And I feel with Austin, he can sometimes gas out, and I see him gas out sometimes in that first round, man. It's just not a good look to me. So I'm gonna slide towards Alexander, but it's a 50-50. I'm gonna say Alexander by decision, and I'm not confident, guys. All right, I got Austin here. Austin has I think Austin is a dog here, man. But again, you know, it's plus 130. Again, Hernandez at 155. Like I said, he's mentally, he's not all there, man. But I just feel like Austin gets hits too easy. And also, Alexander can wrestle, but Austin also has submission. So it's a fight where, you know, it's 50-50, and it should be even to me in my book, because Austin could win. Underdog pick, okay? So be careful. But Alexander decision, 50-50. Next fighter, we have César Almeida versus Ior Pereira. César here, you know, kickboxing based there, training with Alex Pereira. Fought Alex Pereira also, and also trained with him. Fought Alex Pereira kickboxing. Yeah, I think he beat him one time. Ground game, yeah, he's up and down. There's sometimes the ground game look a little better. And then against Rahman, he was getting just taken down consistently. But Rahman Kapolov is a tough fighter to fight, though. Striking is good. Grown is very well-rounded guy. But then I see him working his wrestling, though. So he's like training more wrestling now. Like I see after the Rahman fight, he's been training his wrestling a lot more. But striking is on point, heavy-handed. But he can get hit, though, and get knocked down. Can get caught. Like I said, which anybody can get caught, you know. I'm coming out with these fights kind of a little later on here, guys, because I watched like the, you know, like the Embedded and a lot of the interviews and stuff like that. You know, I like to watch those things, man. Give me a little more insight, especially when it's pay-per-view card like this. You know, I like to watch all the Embedded before I start dropping the picks, so I get more insight, see what the guys are training, see what they're training with. You know, I mean, get more information. The more information you have, you know, it's good to know how the guys fight, which I know how a lot of these guys fight already. But then there's other stuff in between, you know, like other stuff that you don't really see, you know, which is important to actually see those things, because it give you more insight on who you know, to pick for the fight to win, you know. So I like to watch Embedded, you know, and all that little extra, you know, little interviews and stuff like that. And even the early face-offs, the pre-face-offs, I like to see that stuff too, you know, so I can make a decision on my picks, you know. So like I said, CJ is a good fighter. ER here is a pretty good fighter too. You know, pretty well rounded. He has a ground game also. We'll also look for submissions. He has more MMA experience than CJ does, so remember that. You know, CJ don't have that much MMA fights, so experience goes a long way. But he's hittable, dude. This guy been knocked out like 4 times. He's very, very hittable and get hurt very easily. And when he gets hurt, he's pretty much just doesn't look good. He doesn't recover well. You know, Michael Pereira finished him real quick. Even got him with a guillotine choke, which was the finish there, but he also knocked him down before he did that. And his grappling, his takedowns are not that great. He will go for it, but he would try to grab a leg or tie up and pull you to the ground. He doesn't really shoot across with double, single legs, quick shot. You know, he doesn't really do that. He kind of like hang on you and try to like grab a leg. But I don't know, man. This is a tough one here, and I'm kind of leaning more towards Cesar here, but ER is pretty experienced guy, man. And if you look at the odds are bananas. They got ER as plus 295. They got Cesar at 375. I disagree with that, man, because ER, even though I feel like he got hurt easy, and striking wise, I feel Cesar hit harder and is a better kickboxer in my opinion. But ER is still experienced though, and he has a submission game and everything like that, and he has submissions under his belt. It's not like ER is like. I mean, he hasn't really faced tough competitions, you know what I mean? And the guys that were knocking him out shouldn't be knocking him out. But I'm not going to call the man like, you know, like he's not good, right? So, I mean, he's losing to like, you know, to Rodolfo, you know, Carlos Olberg. What, you know, these are guys that are trying to come up, you know, beat Marcio Rua, but Marcio Rua, Soja, you know what I mean? He's kind of on the end, you know, and this guy already retired already, you know. Like I said, his record, you know, is just not a lot of known people we fight. It's just what I'm saying is the odds on Cesar is too high. That is what I'm saying, because anything can happen, man. I mean, like I said, the guy has 6 by submission, man. Even though Cesar's never been submitted, but I feel like that well-roundedness could play in this fight if he gets the fight to the ground, and we can see that Cesar can get taken down. So this is a fight where I'll be very careful with, especially with the odds. I wouldn't even, honest with you, I wouldn't put Cesar Almeida in any place. It doesn't make any sense, especially if you're making parlays. The possibility it could kill your parlay, man. I'm just being honest. You're better off going dog or pass, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go Cesar KO in the first, based off power and forward pressure, and ER can't take a hit, and Cesar is not like. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's not a good striker. But again, it's MMA, it's not kickboxing. But when you see the odds like this, you got to be careful. Dog or pass, guys. Alright? Cesar KOTK in the first, or you can pay prop. Okay? Next fighter, we got Marina Rodriguez versus, is that Ella? That's Lasmin Lascido. Okay. Or Lacido. Lasmin Lacindo. Okay. Lasmin Lacindo. Rodriguez here, she fights long, can get taken down, but will also defend the takedowns, just depending on who you're fighting. She's experienced, but can get hurt on the foot, can get knocked out, and doesn't do too well when you start to pressure her too much. She looked to counter you though, but she would kind of mess up once you start to pressure her. You can close the distance and land some big shots in her and hurt her. Hasn't been knocked out much. I believe she only knocked out 1 time, I believe, and submitted once. But she doesn't handle pressure too well. But with Lasmin here though, that's going by age. I mean, Lasmin is age, the more younger. She wouldn't been knocked out 1 time, and that's it. Lasmin been submitted twice, I believe, and been knocked out once. But Lasmin's a little more on the even though she has 16 and 2, she's not really as experienced as Rodriguez here, guys. 16 and 5. I feel that Rodriguez faced tougher competition, obviously. And even though she fought KK, you know, I mean, and Paulina Viviana, but Paulina Viviana, you know, she lost to a lot of people, man. And she lost to Yasmin Uruguay. So, you know, with Lasmin here, you know, she's well-rounded. But I feel Marina is more tested, more experienced. With Lasmin here, she will look for the takedowns, though. That's one thing. But the next thing, even though she look for takedowns, she doesn't really pressure too much. She will stay on the outside. I noticed that. Not much forward pressure and give space. If she does that with Rodriguez, that's going to favor Rodriguez, because Rodriguez likes to be on the outside and not be in pressure and be able to can land her strikes. You know, she likes that game, that pinpoint, you know, to pick her shots. And if Lasmin doesn't pressure, you could see Rodriguez pulling off a win here, man. So again, she's a young little chick here in the age, a number, she's 22. You know, the experience goes a long way. You got Marina, who is like 37. You know what I mean? But like I said, I noticed that Lasmin doesn't really pressure, but she can get takedowns though, but she don't really pressure the opponent like that. So you can stay outside and once you get the distance in range, you can time it. If Marina get a timing, get a distance in right, it could be issues. It could be a lot of issue, man. Even though the reach, I believe the reach is pretty much not that. I think she has an inch of reach on her. So Lasmin have the inch of reach, but still, I just feel Rodriguez is just experience, man. But I mean, we see what happened though. I'm gonna go with Rodriguez by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. 50-50, okay? Especially with a woman fight, like I always say. And the odds here, I believe, the guy Lasmin has one. I disagree with that. 192, 195, 200. That's nuts. And they got Marina plus 160. That's nuts, dude. I disagree with that. Even though she's 37, but age is a number, though, guys. Remember that. And it all depends on the opponent. Lasmin, she can strike, you know, but it ain't. I see holes, man. I see a lot of holes in her striking, bro. And there's things that she doesn't do that's going to put a lot of pressure on Marino to like break her. You know what I'm saying? Similar to what, like similar to what Jessica Andrade was doing. You see what Jessica was doing is apply a lot of pressure. Even Amanda Lomos, a lot of forward pressure. You know, with Lasmin, she doesn't really apply that much pressure on people. I see. You know, so I'm gonna go Rodriguez by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. All right. Stephen Thompson versus Joaquin Buckley. My boy Thompson in the house, man. Stephen Thompson, my boy, man. He has a karate base, I believe. I want to say it's Kempo. I could be wrong. Kempo karate. I could be wrong though. Like Kempo karate with some kickboxing. He is well-rounded. Takedown defense has been getting better, but he can still get taken down. I think the takedowns is his weakness. Yeah, it's more of a sniper kind of style, kind of like a, kind of like a Machida. More like a kickboxing kind of striking. People might say point fighting, but a one-hitter quitter thing. Once he locked in, he throws his shots. It's lights out. But he's becoming more hittable. I'm not saying he doesn't move his leg or he's not good, but he's becoming more hittable, and he's not really finishing his fights like he used to. His last finish was his 216 against Johnny Hendricks was his last finish, spinning back kick with punches. This fight, man, is Steve, my boy, man. I'm not going to be biased here or nothing like that. If I was biased, I'll go with Steven, to be honest with you. I want Steven to win, but issue is that Buckley is going to wrestle in this fight. Buckley been training a lot of wrestling, man. That's why it's good to watch all the embedded. Watch these things, so you can get an insight how these guys are training. Sometimes you're trying to judge a guy off his last fight, which is great. Which Buckley's last fight, he did the same thing. He wrestled out a win over Norselton. And a guy like Norselton is a pretty good fighter, man. But you can look at his record and say, he's kind of like he fights a lot of cans, his early fights are not that good. He's not that good. But he has a lot of wins, though. So the guy has 30 something, 34-9, man. So it's not like, he's not good at what he does. But I can see where he doesn't fight that much experienced people. But you can see where Buckley was taking him down, and even he strike for a little bit, but his corner was like, yo, stick to the game plan, So with Thompson, I watch everything. I watch all embedded everything. He's not gonna stand with Thompson, man. But no, if the fight starts standing up though, so if Thompson can get him in that first round and sniper him, it's lights out. But Thompson had a finish in 2006 since 2016, and Buckley is well-rounded in my opinion. He has improved, especially at 170. At 170 is a phenom, man, with crazy endurance. He doesn't gas out, explosive as hell, pack a lot of power in his punches, and fast. He's quick. Thompson is quick though, but Buckley is like, the guy is super athletic, super explosive, dude. Thompson explosive too, but he's gonna like double single like madness. Thompson could submit him. That's also a possibility. So I think that might be the game plan from Thompson, is to submit him, and it possibly could be a triangle choke. That's a strong possibility. Thompson has won by submission, but when was the last time Thompson had a submission? It was a rare naked choke way back in his early career when he just kind of started MMA in 2010. You can go for that if you want, but if I was biased, I'd go for Thompson. I do want Thompson to win, but man, from listening to interviews, looking how these guys train, Buckley's game plan, Buckley's last fight, Stephen Thompson's last fight, it says a lot too. Not just Buckley's last fight, but Thompson's last fight against Rachmanov. He lost real quick and real naked. It was just a takedowns. And then the Kevin Holland fight, no disrespect to Stephen Thompson, but he had the opportunity when he took down Stephen, and he had him on the ground and he got back up. Because Kevin and him made a deal that it was, he said he's not going to go to the ground. What I'm saying? Which, it is what it is. What I'm saying? But he probably could have won the fight if he was doing more just takedowns, but he never did that because they made an agreement. I don't think Buckley's going to make any agreement in this one. So I'm going to go with Buckley here, man. I'm going to say Buckley by decision. But I'm going to say 50-50 because, like I said, Stephen's a veteran and Stephen's a good striker, one of the best strikers in the UFC, and is pinpoint accurate. But he would have to sniper him coming in, and he can. He can sniper him coming in. And his movement could offset Joaquin Buckley. Kind of confuse him a little bit, which is possible. So we'll see what happens. Anything can happen in this sport, man. So Thompson could win. So I would put something down on Stephen too. I wouldn't count on Stephen Thompson, to be honest with you, because a chance that he could win. But I'm just Stephen Thompson plus 180. Damn. I disagree with it, but I can see why. Could have Buckley with the takedowns, and his takedowns are so freaking explosive, dude, and he can do it all 3 rounds. Thompson would have to sniper him in that first round. If Thompson doesn't sniper him in that first round, it could be issue. But it's a 3-round fight, so Thompson could carry the fight for 3 rounds. But the takedown again, he can get taken down, man, and that's the big issue in this fight. And Joaquin Buckley top game with his strikes and his ground and pounds are very powerful. He hits very hard from the top position. Buckley by decision. I'm not confident, guys. All right. Next fight here, we have Ramon Delanze versus Kevin Holland. This is 185, so Kevin moving up back to 185. At 185, I believe Kevin is like 9-4 or 9-5, so he does pretty good at 185. Ramon Delanze here, he could submit Kevin Holland. He could obviously take down Kevin Holland also, but the wrestling of Ramon Delanze, it hasn't been looking good lately. From his fights, like against Marvin Vettori, against Imanov, against even Anthony Smith, his takedowns just hasn't been looking that good. You look at, he's been doing more striking, but striking just looks suspect, man. It's just not that good, dude. It's not that good. But he's a dog though, and he's durable, but he's just striking, man. He just doesn't look good, man. He's there to get hit. His footing don't look good. When he throws his kicks, he's off balance, his punches, everything. And he used to, I believe he used to be a guy that used to go for takedowns, like very relentless, but he's not really doing that as much anymore. He doesn't really take down like that no more. I don't know. Like these three fights I see here, back to back, is the same thing he's doing. If he goes in there like that with Kevin Holland, Kevin Holland's going to touch him up. Kevin Holland's going to touch him up, man. I feel Kevin Holland is well-rounded. Takedown defense has gotten better. He's a skilled dude, and he's on point. He's going to have a 5-inch reach, but Kevin Holland sometimes will just drop the ball, man. This is what it is. You go in there, look good for a little bit, and then you drop the ball, man. Don't ask me why. It just happens like that. But what I see from Ramon, just his last 3 fights, it just doesn't look the same thing. The striking don't look good. He's not going for takedowns like he used to. He put you against a cage and will hold you, put his body on you, and then he will just drop for your thighs and kind of like rest on you, but he doesn't really push the takedowns, you know. I'm going to go with Kevin. I say Kevin by decision, but I'm not confident here, guys. All right. I just feel Kevin's striking is going to be just better. The range, the reach, and the way how Ramon strikes, it just doesn't look good, man. So Kevin by decision, like I said. Next fight here, we got Carla Harrison versus Caitlin Vera. Actually, let's see what Kevin is at. Kevin's at 155, and Roman Delancey plus 130. I don't really disagree with that. That's actually okay. I feel Holland should win this fight, man. Just the way how, you know, Roman Delancey been looking, you know. Kayla Harrison here, more judo, black belts, have wrestling, BJJ, very athletic, explosive, big for the weight class, 135. This woman here, judo was probably at 175 or something like that, 170. That's what she used to compete in judo. So she's a big frame woman, man. She probably walk around like 170 or something like that when she's not fighting. So, but she's explosive, athletic, but this is a low weight for her though. So dropping that much weight to 135, that's not her normal weight. You know, sometimes depending on who you're fighting, you did that pace is pushed at a high pace. You don't know what she's gonna look like. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, man. She fought Holly Holm. You got the rear naked choke. Even Holly Holm I think Holly Holm took her down in that fight. You know, and I went to the decision with Aspen Ladd. A girl like Lara Risso. You know, if you know that who Larissa is, she used to be in the UFC, and Larissa actually got a win over her. What I'm saying here is that this fight here, we gotta be careful with it, because, and I believe that was in PFL with her and Larissa, but she actually beat Larissa twice though, so that's a thing, you know what I mean. But at the same time, she beat her. Yeah, she beat her twice. He beat her twice and lost to her once. So what I'm trying to say here is that the odds in this one is pretty high, man. I mean, I got Kayla Harrison at 1050, 1,000, which is super high, dude. That's freaking, that's crazy, man. You know, a girl like Vera, you know, does Vera have a chance? Yeah, of course there's a chance to win. Of course there's a chance, man. I mean, like I said, man, with Carla Harrison, she's at 135. That's not really, you know, she usually fight at a heavyweight class at 155. You know, yeah, man, yeah, she does have a chance, man. I mean, even though Vera is not very active, you know what I mean, but she's still skilled, BJJ black belt. You know, just never know, man. When odds looking like that, woman fight, shoot. I would not mess with that at all, guys. That's dog or pass, man. Dog or pass, bro. You know what I'm saying? And her last loss was against a Brazilian in the PFL. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Harrison, and the reason for that, because explosiveness, judo. You know. Very athletic, can get the takedowns, and Vera can get taken down, and she relies a lot on her submissions. I mean, which you probably could get. But what I see from Kayla Harrison, she's been training the ground, she's trained the American top team, you know, with Matt Brown. I believe it's Matt Brown. I think so. I forgot. But, you know, she doesn't look bad, you know, against her opponent. She's very dominant. 7 by submission, 6 by knockout. Vera here, Caitlin Vera, 4 by submission, you know, 2 by knockout. I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go with with Harrison, but dog or pass, guys. Dog or pass this one, man. Dog or pass it. Do not put Harrison in the place. It doesn't make any sense either. You can put her in there for a decision or something, but no way, man. I'll dog or pass it. Alright, so Harrison by decision. Not confident, 50-50. Next fight here, guys, we have José Aldo versus Mario Batista. Aldo, very experienced, man. Veteran, guys. I mean, good, best takedown defense in the game. Hard to take this guy down. Only loses to top guys, champs. So pretty much, you only lose to Marab, Peter Yan, up to the Marlon Moraes. When Marlon Moraes was on top, you know, there's a point when Marlon Moraes was just going through guys like devastatingly with the head kicks and the spinning heel kicks. Alexander Volkanovski's, Max Holloway's, Conor McGregor. You only lose to top guys, dude. I mean, who was Batista? I mean, I'm not saying Mario Batista can't win, but you know, I mean, he beat Ricky Simone, but to me, that's kind of like a back and forward. This black shirt guy, no, Guido Cananteni, no, I mean, this guy's probably retired already. You know, Benito Lopez, who probably doesn't fight anymore. You know, I mean, it's just, yeah, man. Yeah, bro. Brian Kelleher, Jay Perrin, Trevon Jones, who actually caught him with uppercut. Corey Sandhagen quickly armbar him in the first. Yeah, I'm gonna go with José Aldo, man. I'm gonna go with José Aldo, guys. Like I said, with Mario Batista, he's skilled, you know, he's well rounded, but he doesn't have the experience of what José Aldo has, man. That's like something that you gotta go through that. And I feel Aldo is a better fighter, man, in my opinion. And Aldo still has it. From what I see from when he fought Jonathan Martinez, I mean, he still got it, man. Yeah. He still got it, man. I mean, he only loses to top guys. Come on, guys. He only loses to top guys, man. To top dudes, man. He's not like losing just to anybody. He's not losing to Jonathan Martinez or just anybody like that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go José Aldo by decision. I still say 50-50 because with Mario Batista, you know, you never know. You could catch him with a punch, could have hurt him. You know, it happens. You know, but I like José Aldo. I'm going to say José Aldo by decision, guys. All right. Next fighter, we got Raquel Pennington, the co-main event, versus Julianna Peña. Raquel Pennington, she's well-rounded. Her takedown defense has gotten better, has improved her wrestling. She's more on her boxing, but can still get taken down. Still can get touched up with strikes, too. But she's pretty well-rounded all around. Peña here, Peña fought in 2022. We should have fought Amanda Nunes for the rematch, which she lost that fight. But she beat Amanda Nunes by a rear naked choke. Like I said, with Peña, she's well-rounded. You know, she look for the submission. She got a 2-inch reacher. I mean, in my opinion, Raquel Pennington is good. But Julia Peña has that thing on her, man. Has that dog on her, man. You know, and at any time, I feel she can beat maybe anybody, man. I mean, she beat Amanda Nunes. I mean, at any time she can beat anybody, and she's shown that even though she's not as active, you know, but and she can lose to anybody too. The Germaine Radamin fight, she was actually winning that fight until she got caught with a guillotine choke. So she can get submitted, meaning that Raquel Pennington could submit her. And Raquel Pennington has submission under her belt. You know, she also lost to Valentina Shevchenko. So yeah, just one of those fights where you know, she could win against the best, and she can lose. You know, she can win against the top girls, and she can also lose too. So it's kind of up and down. Same thing with Raquel Pennington. She can lose, you know, against the best, and she can beat the best of them. You know, she lost Amanda Nunes. You know, German Radamine, she straight out lost. You know, Amanda Nunes. You know, she lost to Holly Holm. But she went back and fought Holly Holm again, and she lost again. I fought Holly Holm twice, right? Yep. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with Julianna Peña here, guys. I'm gonna say Julianna Peña by submission in the second round, but I'm not confident though. And I believe this is for vacant belt or something like that. What is this for? UFC Bantamweight Championship. Okay. So it's 5 rounds. Okay. That's right. Raquel Pennington has the belt. Okay. There you go. Alright, so yeah. I'm gonna say Julianna Peña, man. By submission in the second. Yeah. Main fight here, guys, we got Alex Pereira versus Khalil Rountree Jr. Alex Pereira, you guys know, packed power, that left hand, even his head kick, his left, was it left kick? Yeah, his left kick and his left hook. 3 inch of height, 4 inch of reach, which is massive, bro. Powerful, skilled guy, forward pressure, but can get hurt on the foot, though. Can get knocked out. I believe he got knocked out in kickboxing maybe twice or three or 2 times. And he also been knocked out by Israel Asana. So a lot of people don't know this, but I mean, which they probably should know though if they, you know, watch the sport. With Alex Pereira, he's good, you know, and he's technical, hit heavy, but he can get hurt. He can get hurt. You know, you can touch him and he get hurt. And you can finish him. And usually when he gets hurt, he doesn't recover well. You know, a guy like Khalil Rountree has improved, man. And most parts, let's see that Khalil Rountree has improved, which is mental. You see, his mental has gotten better. You know, which is important because mental triggers the physical. So that's one of the most important things. And Kayla Harrison pack power. Pack power may not be as hard as Alex, but you don't know. I mean, we will see. You know, but Kayla Harrison is explosive, close distance quick, covers distance quick, close it quick, and it pack power, man. I mean, this is a fight where, you know, you look at the odds here, that was just like bananas, man. Oh yeah, the odds for Julianna here, plus 142. Damn, that's nuts, man. Like I said, these women fights here, you gotta be careful, man. I like Julianna Peña, man. They got record at 170, you know. And Jose Aldo's underdog, oh, God, did it again. Plus 124. That's ridiculous, dude. That's freaking ridiculous, bro. They did it again, man. They put this guy as underdog. This guy hasn't lost just to anybody, bro. And Julianna Peña here beat Amanda Nunes. You could say it's a buck up, you know, or whatever. But you know, she has a chance to beat Raquel Pennington. This should be an even fight. And Alex Pereira is -1 is 470. That's freaking nuts. Kayla Rountree can hit, and Alex Pereira can hit too. Yeah, I mean, the both got power in them, and Alex Pereira can get dazed and hurt. Can get dazed and hurt. You touch him, he can get hurt, man. Especially the Kayla Rountree, the uppercut he has, can get hurt. Even though he's a shorter guy in there. But Alex can also finish him in the first round with that hook. I don't know, man. I have this card here. I have a slight feeling with this card. It's like energy that I'm feeling on this card, man. It's just kind of a strange energy, vibe that I'm feeling. It's like, I don't know. It's like one of them upset cards, you know. I mean, that's what I'm feeling. You know, some people, it may seem very straightforward. Like, oh, it's just straightforward, man. Yeah, straightforward card, you know. Alex Pereira is going to win, you know. Raquel Pennington is going to win. Mario Batista is going to win. You know, Kayla Harrison is going to win. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like, you know, very straightforward. But I'm going to take a shot here on Rountree, man. And it's kind of, you know, I'm going to take a shot on Rountree, dude. I'm going to say Kayla Rountree by KO TK in the second round, guys. And, obviously, I'm not confident it's a 50-50 because Alex Pereira could go in there in the first round and knock him out with the hook or the leg kick, Shama. You never know. But I'm gonna go with Kayla Rountree. I'm gonna say Kayla Rountree by KOTK in the second round. All right, and that's about it right there, guys. 12 fights. Flash through this real quick, pay-per-view, and that's about it. I feel it's an upset card. I could be wrong. It could be all upside down for me. Like everything is just going the other direction, man. But we'll see what happens though, man. Yeah, you guys hit the thumbs up. One love to everybody. I appreciate the love from all you guys to donate to my channel. Subscribe to the Patreon. I appreciate that. And the positive messages. I really appreciate that, guys. Alright, guys, keep on kicking. Os.